Time's up. Let's do this.
Best of 3 will actually advance forward. So anyone who scores 2-1, or 2-0 will actually move on into the bracket. So right now we are in the semifinals. Game is already on its way. Let's dive into this right now. We have Blank versus Spectral. We have Silentstorm from team
From Blank.
From Blank, and then we also have
Lunacy from Spectral.
Lunacy is from Spectral. So we are looking at the mulligan from I forget his name. Oh my god, Lunacy. We do see the Feral Spirit really good, but a really early Al Akir, so that's a little bit questionable. That's okay though. But for our Miracle Rogue, we see 2 Elden Ring Farseers. That's actually kind of favorable in his hand.
Yeah, it's favorable in the sense that the more that he heals up, the more unlikely Lunacy is able to burst the Rogue down. So that will buy the Rogue some time to get his Gadgetzan Auctioneers and his Leroy combo in hand. I've also heard from unidentified sources that Lunacy is actually playing with a Blood Mage Delnos for the first time in a tournament. He's playing Blood Mage Delnos for the first time in his life because he does not have Blood Mage Delnos. And you can see that in I
do not have it too. That's why my Miracle Rogue actually runs to a Zuri Drake, which is kind of sad. But nevertheless, while we are waiting for the stream to actually get a little bit unscrewed, which is something happening right now, we do see Feral Doggies actually making its grand entrance into. There we go. So effectively having that form of ball control right there. Deadly Poison is actually going to make its way in. I think it's safe to say Blood Mage Delnos will actually make this entrance as well. So Backstab is going to be effectively taking out one of the golden doggies. Whereas the other one is going to clear it out and still have a 3 attack weapon in hand.
I think there we have it, the Earthshock top deck.
Yep.
So I think by being able to clear the Feral Spirits in one turn, it would heavily bring the tempo down for the Shaman because he can only totem, or in this case because he does not want to invest the coin into the totem, it's just an Earthshock.
Yes,
and
exactly.
And the Rogue now does not face any aggression at all, which is great.
But what I was, I wouldn't have shifted that thing. Just thinking. I don't know why, but if looking at the hands of Team Spectral, you do see a very mirrored card. I would say mirrored card. It's very, very mirrored right there. He's actually thinking of playing the Earthen Ring Farseer to just heal him for 2 health. I'm not sure if it's the best, so it's actually not going to play. It's just going to end turn. I'm not sure it's the wisest, but in this case, he can actually coin into the Argent Commander, and Lunacy actually does bring up the aggression back on board.
Yeah, I think I would have actually played Elden Ring Farseer for the Druid itself, for the Rogue itself, because that will actually force the Shaman to clear the Elden Ring Farseer in fear of things like Cold Blood, and that's why you might the Shaman would not be able to develop his board as fast.
Exactly, man. But now with the late, I'd rather have that less 1 HP heal to get that board presence. But now he's gonna pay for it because Fire Elemental makes its way into the board and effectively clears out that 3/3 Elden Ring Farseer right there. So Azuri Drake is gonna be an answer for Lunacy. And wait, Silentstorm is the bottom board, right?
Yeah, Silentstorm is playing the Shaman.
Oops, that is my bad. But anyway, the Drake comes out from Silentstorm himself and will clear it with a single lightning bolt. So he will be mana locked next turn. It will be okay though because he has the options of either clearing minion with a Rock Biter or just get more control with mana tie. But in this case, Lunacy does not have his Gadgetzan right now, which is key. So right now he's actually running off a lot of options because with that 3/2 is not going to clear that Azuri Drake, and all he has left in his hands are just spells. Whereas in the hands of Silentstorm, he has so many options. It's not even funny. So he could play the Yeti, go to Yeti, use trade with that. It's not even a trade, so that it's effectively 4/1, and Lunacy still has no way to clear it.
Yeah, I think Silentstorm is really getting really good draws here. He has Rock Biter with Aura Kill in which he can use to combo the next turn, and he also has Lightning Bolt and Lava Burst to burst down his opponent Lunacy before he gets his Leroy. But you can see that in Lunacy's hand, he already has 2 pieces of the Shadow Step combo. All he needs is Leroy and a few more points of damage and he can deal the combo. So the question is now whether if Lunacy is able to stall until he's able to get those combo pieces before he gets burst down by the Shaman.
Yes, and with that said, you don't need a Gadgetzan for that, but the Gadgetzan does increase your chances of drawing. But in this case right now, he is not getting the draws he needs. He literally wasted a turn. Look at that. He just end turn at 7 mana, and that's not it's not the greatest, especially when you're a Miracle Rogue. You want to try every single turn to draw, you know. So in the hands of Silentstorm, I would say the momentum curve is really strong in his favor right now. You could literally just drop in the Flame Tongue and just blast him the Kingdom Come, or you could just play the Alakir like you said. But what I think is that Silentstorm does not want to surprise Lunacy, because the 10 mana, the 10 damage is really like kind of insane. It's able to, I would say, give Lunacy a surprise every time. But he's actually just gonna play it because why not? So pops it, it's effectively 12 damage actually, not 10, and effectively leaving Lunacy at just 6, which will die to the Lava Burst and the Thunder Shock.
Yeah, I think the Aura Kill with a Rock Biter was the correct play, because if he had played Lava Burst and Lightning Bolt the previous turn, he wouldn't have enough mana to play the Aura Kill. So by doing this, even if Lunacy does clear the board, as long as Silentstorm survives and he's able to burst down Lunacy with Lava Burst and Lightning Bolt, knowing that he has no more Earthen Ring Farseers to heal up.
I think this is game, guys. I don't think we even need that. We don't need Alakir, guys. We just need the big Lava Burst to either finish the game or see. I don't know, but I guess this is a really, really easy game for. For Silentstorm, don't you think? That's pretty great. Screenshot is saved, and game 1 effectively goes to Silentstorm, taking the lead in this best of 5 series. So what do you think of that other game? Like, would you think that it's more of draws or RNG, or is this more of that early control where that Earthen Ring Farseer play? Remember we were talking about that? Yeah.
I think for the Miracle Rogue, right, the key problem that Lunacy faced was that he was unable to get a Gadgetzan at all. So that really hindered his draw power.
So in turn, if you translate to yes, it was the draw issue that he faced. Yeah, it is kind of sad though. I didn't see anything. But anyway, second game is really quick on its way. We don't see the Mulligans are actually going. Let's dive into the game right here. Lunacy already. I was kind of thrown away by this double Shaman matchup. This is going to be interesting. Mirror matches are always a thing. I would say it's a thing, but I don't know why. So this Rogue is out. He actually tries to bring back some value with his Shaman, whereas Silentstorm being a turn 1 actually, just gonna play that value Squire, whereas Lunacy has no plays, at least for now. 2 Flame Tongue Totems in his hand, so that's kind of unfortunate with no board minions. So that if that 1/1 is effectively gonna trade. We have another 1/1 by the way, and it's gonna spell a lot of trouble. The only play that Lunacy has is that Unbound is gonna play it without second thought, which is okay.
Normally, the Shaman that starts first would have an advantage over its mirror matchup. But seeing that Silentstorm had actually played Argent Squire while Lunacy did not play anything, meant that Silentstorm would be able to better control the board as compared to Lunacy, which has a very almost all of those cards are dead in his hand right now. Can't really play them.
Exactly. Yeah, it's that. Like I said, it's the Flame Tongue. He's trying to make value of the Flame Tongue, so that taunt is going to be a little bit okay, but still, the Azuri Drake will make his entrance. So effectively being a 4/4, what he can do is to he could Doomhammer. I'm not sure about this, but to keep that taunt alive. I'm not sure if it's the best of play, but it will die to Silentstorm's next Doomhammer.
He could also totem up and hope that it's a spell power totem.
Yes.
So you can use the lightning bolt to bolt away the Azure Drake. An alternative play would be to use the lightning bolt on the Stone Claw totem, and also play the fire element, play the flame tongue totem on the other side of his taunt to trade into his Azure Drake, and that would leave him with 2-3 minions because
Yes.
the flame tongue effects will stack onto themselves.
I see. Yeah, I guess that's a really good play using the lightning bolt to just clear out the taunt. It would be a waste though, but you're effectively removing that giant 4/4 on the board. So Lunacy has a couple of options here. In this case, he actually goes for the flame tongue, which I'm not sure what he's doing. Oh, he's actually really lucky. He got that. Oh wow.
Well, you can always roll first to see if you get the spell power.
I thank you.
But now he's very susceptible to
Lightning Storm.
Lightning Storm.
Yes. So unfortunately for Silentstorm, he does not have the Lightning Storm. Let's talk about storms here. So he could effectively just put out the even Doomhammer even works, but all the totems are actually giving all these other totems attack totems. Holy crap! So he could have the options of clearing or board control, but I don't think board control works right now because he could just use the side totems to actually just clear them out. Especially the Azure Drake is just gonna die. So I'd rather just either play the Wolf Doggies or actually just silencing. But no, he's actually just going with the Drake play, which I'm not sure.
I think the Drake here play is slightly risky because if Lunacy does have a second lightning bolt, and you'll keep lightning bolts in your starting hand, right? So if he does have a second lightning bolt, then it's just gonna die immediately. It's a 1 mana for 5 mana card. So, well, I think he doesn't have much of another other play. He could have played the Feral Spirits or the Harvest Golem, but I think he doesn't want to overload himself so that he can play Fire Elemental on the next turn.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense. And he doesn't want to double doom the Drake. It's just going to be 8 damage to the face. That's like a free rag, but nope, he doesn't want to do it. It's okay for that, and he actually goes for the face. Okay, looking into Silentstorm's hands, he does have mana type. My problem is these totems on board is actually doing way too much damage. What he could do though is actually silence one of it, but that's only going to nerf like 4 damage if he silences the middle one. Whereas if he goes for the Doomhammer, he can clear off one, but it's going to take 4 damage to the face. Or he could just play the Fire Elemental and actually just clear off the side totem. I don't know what you think.
I think apart from the Fire Elemental, the other play would be to Earthshock one of the Flame Tongue totems. One of the Flame Tongue totem, and use the Doomhammer to clear the other one. So you won't have attacking minions anymore. But I guess playing Fire Elemental is also fine.
Yep, he's actually gonna hex it though. He forces out a hex, so Doomhammer's gonna clear one. Probably gonna go next one to the face, or are you gonna keep it? Yep, this is for the face. It's fine. So yeah, I guess in terms of control, both players are reasonably still in the game. They have the swing can literally just change mid-game like this because I think right now you're transitioning to the late game. It all really depends on who either has removals or who has the biggest minions of them. Because right now Lunacy has already burned the hex, and we have a hex in Silentstorm.
Yes, that is correct. But as we can see in Silentstorm's hand, he just drew his Lightning Storm. So he could clear if Lunacy does decide to develop totems later on. But Lunacy, seeing that he will have 8 mana next turn and not overloaded, he also has a Flame Tongue totem that he has placed on the board to perfectly set up a turn 8 Alakia scenario. So Silentstorm has to be mindful that there's a possibility of Lunacy playing of Alakia to clear his minions the next turn.
I see, yeah. But still, it was Silence, so naturally with the amount of cards that Silentstorm has in hand, he has naturally cleared out any threat so far is written by Lunacy, but that just paves way for Azure Drake, which will be he will draw into Dire Doggies. He can play that, but he's got to be careful because of that Lightning Storm. He does not know Silentstorm has it, But when you play against a shaman, you must always assume that there is a lightning storm in hand. So he's not going to overextend. He's just going to go for a face and then probably just totem up. I would just totem up right here and just enter.
Yeah, I think totems are really annoying against another shaman as well, especially since if both shamans already have a Doom Hammer in hand, then that would mean that he'll need the extra charge to deal with the totems. However, as we can see that Lunacy played Feral Spirits, Silentstorm still does have to play the RNG game to get a spell power totem or roll 3 damage and 3 damage respectively on the wolves.
He's actually gonna hex the Drake. Wow. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Look at the despair in his face. Like, well, for one thing, he's glad he actually hexed that Drake, so he doesn't have to deal with it. But he has to bang about 4 damage to the face, which is not the favorable position. But he is forced. He has no choice. So literally, he burned Lightning Storm without the RNG favor.
Yep, but the problem is that Lunacy still can't play Al-Akir this turn because he's overloaded for 2 mana.
Exactly.
So that would buy Silentstorm 1 turn. But if Silentstorm chooses to go for the Feral Spirits, he'll need at least 3 taunts out because Lunacy does have 2 Earthshocks in hand.
Yes, I understand. I think right now Lunacy is trying to wait for his Lightning Storm. No, I guess what Lunacy is waiting for is the Lava Burst and Thunderbolt. Lightning Bolt. Oh my god, Lightning Bolt. But Dire Doggies. This is Ice Dogs. Ice Dogs actually makes its play in, paving way for that Mana Tide to actually start drawing into the cards that Silentstorm actually needs. So draws the rock, but that is really good with Al-Akir.
With Lunacy at 10 mana, this is easily game for him because he can Earthshock each Feral Wolf and just Al-Akir to the face for 6 damage.
Oops. Yep, I think that's good. I did not see both 2 Earthshocks though. Yes, so this is game. Look at his despair in his face. Wow, and he was like, oh god, Golden Arcade is banging my face for perfect damage, perfect value from his Doomhammer, and game 1 effectively, no, game 2 actually, effectively goes to Silentstorm, making this a 2-0 victory for Spectral. Is it Spectral?
Yep, so Spectral and Blank are both tied at 1 apiece for this Lunacy versus Azure.
Wait, what is Lunacy? Yeah, it is Lunacy that took the game, yeah.
Silentstorm versus Lunacy match.
This game is really on to me. Yes, it is a 1-1 after all. Yeah, I kind of screwed up there. Talk about Shaman behind here. Just saying. But yeah, I guess that's a good comeback for this. And we are actually advancing straight into game number 3. So no delays. We are getting this down. EpicGamingTelevision right here. Let's get this in game. My name is Zeno. This is again Kero. And we are going to dive right now into game 3. This very interesting hands. Mulligan 2 Gadget Sons. He was like thinking, should I not?
I think Silentstorm should keep 1 Gadget Son, show the other. Yep,
that's a good play. Okay, for that. Draws into Copeland and Fan of Knives. So that's actually decent against a Shaman. It gets a backstab. Wow, so more removals if needed. But look, if you look at Lunacy's hand though, big scary minions. You know, even Unbound Elemental is great enough, but he does have a temporary removal, which is a set. I'm just guessing if once Lunacy gets into that 5 taunt, and if Team Blank actually does not have removals for that, he's actually gonna spell a little bit of yeah. Silentstorm, I would say.
I think Lunacy should bait the set from Silentstorm with like Feral Spirits or another relevant taunt or a big minion itself, so that he's able to waste Silentstorm's set and throw down the Earth Elemental, which is really hard to clear.
Exactly.
That Silentstorm has to spend something like an backstab, eviscerate, SI Asian just to clear the Earth Elemental.
So what happened was it was a Searing Totem, and he cleared it with Fan of Knives. I wish I wasn't the best of plays because if he saved it right now, he could effectively have cleared this this Unbound Elemental with that backstab, but unfortunately he wasted that. He wasted the Fan of Knives.
The Shaman usually plays Unbound Elemental if he does have it at 33. So, like, when you're playing against a Shaman, you have to like plan properly. But seeing that
wow.
the first sap was already used by Silentstorm, Lunacy decides to just go for the Earth Elemental.
Yes, understandable. I think this is goes without saying. It's preparation into the sap. That the top deck preparation was really good because that removes that 7/8 big ass taunt, and Lunacy would effectively be mana locked this turn for about 3, and I think his only option is to totem.
Yeah, that's really sad because he coined into a Earth Elemental. He only has 2 mana to play around this turn.
Yes.
But fortunately, Silentstorm did not. Hey, did Lunacy actually not Rock Biter?
He effectively passed it, which I don't know why, but that means he does get an 8 damage value from that, and that's going to be really painful.
I guess he did decide that the silence was good enough to prevent the draw from the auctioneer.
Yes.
And he also wanted to keep Rock Biter for the Leroy Wind Fury combo that he has in his hand. But unfortunately, that Leroy Wind Fury combo will only deal 18 damage, and that's not enough to burst Silentstorm, which is still at 30 health.
But the real question here is not about it's not about board control anymore, because the rogue has the items he needs. Oh my god, the cards he needs. So the 8 and the 4. I mean, even Leroy is already in hand, plus Fan of Knights. That's all he needs, because right now, what the Shaman has, yes, he has spells, so Argent Commander is actually going to come out, forced to clear out that gadget. I'm not even going to risk, the Lightning Storm, just because he needs to play it safe.
Would this be lethal?
Wait.
This is effectively...
No,
it's not lethal yet,
yeah.
but he would have potential lethal next turn.
Potential, yes, so draws into a shift, and actually gets another Drake. So
I think the wise choice here would be to Deadly Poison, so that you can use both charges of the Deadly Poison to deal even more damage to the Shaman.
I would Deadly Poison and Conceal, actually, to secure the game, just in case.
Yeah,
is he gonna do it?
I think he's considering the Conceal. Yeah, and we see the Conceal here.
This is game without a taunt from Lunacy, which goes without saying. I think he is going to play the Earth Elemental.
Yeah, definitely Earth Elemental, and hope that he also gets a Taunt Totem, so that even if the Earth Elemental is cleared, although he has no saps, it would still buy him about 2 to 4 damage for if he does get the Taunt Totem out.
Yeah, you see, Lunacy has spells, but all he has been doing is actually trying his best to put the aggression out, but she just keeps getting it back to him, you know what I'm saying? So we do it with the cards in his hand. Silentstorm does after all have to face 2 taunts. So what he can do here is, because of that Drake, he could just spell it out into there, and then he could just eviscerate it.
And it looks like it's game here. If he does eviscerate the Earth Elemental,
yes,
he would actually just whack with the weapon.
Yes, that's a Leroy Coldblood.
Yeah,
Wow.
and
The top deck Coldblood, man.
Yeah.
Talk about top deck stuff.
Even without the Coldblood, he would have been able to clear Lunacy because he had an extra backstab.
Alright, yes, I kind of forgot that. So wow, this is a really quick game here, and Silentstorm effectively takes game 2. So we have a really interesting matchup. The Rogue, it actually goes without saying. Actually, Rogue does in a way get onto Shaman if Shaman does not actually get the aggression up.
Yeah.
And giving him the window to actually draw.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? He doesn't need to draw as much. Correct. He just got what he needs.
I think the key turning point here, or the questionable play here, would be the coin into a Earth Elemental.
Yes.
Because I think Lunacy did decide that it's unlikely that Silentstorm will have another sap in hand, because you don't really keep saps in your starting hand. So I think he was betting on the fact that Silentstorm did not have another sap and not able to clear the Earth Elemental. Unfortunately, that got cleared, and he was left with a 3 mana overload in which he couldn't do much about.
Yep, but let's see if this Rogue actually does pay off, because right now he's actually going against the Pally. This Pally, God knows, this is actually a rush down Pally, ladies and gentlemen. Will Will the Rogue actually be able to survive through this? I don't know. In this kind of matchup, a Rush Pally versus a Miracle. I don't know. Who's favorable?
I think the Rush Paladin is favorable because if you are able to kill the rogue or pressure the rogue enough to use all his damage dealing spells like Eviscerate and Sap on the minions.
Oh, this is not going to be good though.
Then before he gets his combo, then that's actually very good for Lunacy itself.
I see. Well, I was thinking that he could just literally Wolf Rider into the Shishi, but it doesn't really matter. That Bed of Knives would to do the job. Clears out the 2-2. This is probably going to be a noble sacrifice. Yes, it is. And clear it with still the 3-1 minion on board.
Yeah, this isn't looking good for Lunacy because he does not have his divine favor right now. So even if he uses up all his cards, he wouldn't be able to replenish his cards, and he'll only draw one card per turn, which is much slower than the Miracle Rogue itself.
Yep, but right now there's another Fan of Knives in his hands. He runs 2 Fan of Knives. Wow. So he could literally just run his face into the Wolf Rider, or he's just Fan of Knives. Yeah, he's just gonna do it, prevent damage to the face, and the 3-1, like I said, is still on board.
This is very risky to play the Fan of Knives instead of the Earthen Ring Farseer whacking into the Wolf Rider because it's only 1 minion. And if that's his second Fan of Knives, so if Lunacy does come out with a lot of 1 mana minions, if he does not get his Blade Flurry, that's gonna spell trouble for him.
Yes,
as
and
well
Lunacy
as
knows that.
Fan of Knives also draws a card, and he wouldn't know if Lunacy does have Divine Favor or not. That would draw him even more cards.
But look at this, man. Avenging Ralph was actually forced out because there is no answer for that. But yes, the last one actually hits it. It does clear it though. But I would have played that just because I have a equality and you can always use it to clear more. But
Yeah.
he knows he's going against a Miracle Rogue, so it's almost impossible to have to flood minions. So you're just gonna play it and it's fine. So next, you'll see Silentstorm actually playing his Blood Mage and actually forcing the Eviscerate onto his face, which is very good because you want as much damage as possible to straight to a Pally. And knowing that this is a rush down Pally, it's probably not gonna have taunts, it's not gonna have big minions or any form of jazz like that.
Yeah, so generally when you're playing Miracle Rogue and you're playing against an aggressive matchup, it's not always whether you win or lose does not depend on whether you get your Gadgetzan Conceal combo. It's just more of whether you can kill their minions without taking too much damage and saving a life before keeping yourself alive before you can actually deal enough damage to defeat them, and they run out of steam.
Yep, look at that, man. That guy's just gonna shiv it like it was nothing. And it's just gonna go 5 damage to the face, and with the Blood Rage Tunnels, wow, look at that. He's probably gonna have lethal next turn if Lunacy does not have any answers to this. This is pretty much almost lethal. Almost. I lied. But yeah, like I said, this rush down completely backfired on Lunacy in my
Correct.
opinion.
Because Lunacy did not have Divine Favor, so that was so that's the downside of playing aggressive decks. If you don't get the correct draws, if you don't get Divine Favor, if you don't get your Doomguard, if you're playing Azul, then you will not be able to maintain your tempo over your opponent.
Yep, guys, it goes without saying. The 5-1, good bait, and based on the noble sacrifice, this is a really fast game, guys. It goes without saying that well, Silentstorm will effectively take game number 4.
Yep.
And this will actually advance them on if his other teammates actually did succeed. And Spectral, guys, no, actually this is Blank. Blank does take, not Blank, it's just Silentstorm, just in general, takes down Lunacy. I'm not sure what was going on, but I guess just RNG in terms of card draw, outsmarting opponents. I guess Silentstorm was at the prime of its time.
I think Silentstorm really had really good draws, and the exact draws that he needed in order to defeat his opponent and clear whatever threats that came out from Lunacy itself. So he was able to get his Gadgetzan, his Leroy, his Shadow Step combo, even just getting more damage against the aggro Paladin without even needing the Leroy combo or Gadgetzan combo.
See, the dangerous part about knowing about a aggressive Pala is know that he does not have mostly a lot of removals early game because his token is just tokening minions, his hero power. Whereas a rogue against a pally, and you can trade just because of your hero weapon. Aside from the fact that you can keep drawing, the kind of thing.
Yeah, but
So-
whacking with the minion is kind of risky because you do actually take twice the damage that they deal out because they do charge at you first.
Yes.
Then you are taking another round of damage again.
But
Yeah.
knowing the trade, I'm not sure. This is my opinion that knowing you can trade with their minions and leaving your minions on board, and provided it doesn't die to either consecrate
Yeah.
or
Yeah, that-
mini wrap, is a lot of value.
That helped a lot. Also with Silentstorm's 2 Fan of Knives draw, that really helped to clear the board on Lunacy's side.
Yeah, I guess he needed the card draw more than the damage, and that actually paid off. Just saying.
Yeah.
So, well, ladies and gentlemen, that will be all for game number 2. We are going to be checking the brackets real soon to see who will be seeded into the finals. Actually, we're on this 3 versus 3. We are moving really quick into this